Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at Portsmouth keeping tabs on Arsenal prodigy Miguel Azeez, and then we're going to look at Manchester United making Yves Bissouma transfer inquiry to provide Arsenal and Liverpool competition. So the first transfer line states that Portsmouth keeping tabs on Arsenal prodigy Miguel Azeez. So the reports are stating that Portsmouth are keeping tabs on Arsenal youngster Miguel Azeez, it has been reported. Portsmouth boss Miguel Azeez is looking to bolster his ranks with a couple of more signings before the window slams shut, with the forward-thinking midfielder to the radar. Coventry City ace Jordan Shipley has also been linked with the move to Fratton Park as Pompey eye midfield additions. Now, it has emerged from the news that the League One side are also keeping tabs on young Arsenal ace Miguel Azeez ahead of a possible loan swoop. It is said that Cowley and Co are on red alerts as Arsenal weigh up the possibility of sending Miguel Azeez out on loan before the end of this month. It waits to be seen if the Gunners will keep Azeez in their youth setup to keep him under their watchful eye before blooding him to the senior side, or if they send him out on a temporary basis to pick up first-team experience in the English Football League. The 18-year-old midfielder, who is eligible for both England and Nigeria, is another top talent making his way through Arsenal's respected youth academy. Azeez has already made a senior debut coming off the bench in a Europa League win over Dundalk. However, most of his game time has come for the under-18s and under-23s, playing a combined total of 56 times across age groups. He has enjoyed a strong start to the Premier League 2 campaign, netting once in 2 games and also donning the captain's armband in a defeat to West Ham's under-23s. Miguel Azeez, who mainly plays as a defensive midfielder but can play further forward, is a strong dribbler and has a wide array of passes in his arsenal. However, as a defensive midfielder, he isn't afraid to get stuck in and break up attacks either, looking to dispossess his opponents before progressing the ball up the pitch. So it looks like Portsmouth are keeping tabs on Arsenal prodigy Miguel Azeez. And Miguel Azeez is a player that many Arsenal fans question why wasn't he brought into the setup in the Carabao Cup second round versus West Brom, because he's a young, hungry player trying to burst onto the first team, and he's trying to probably think in his mindset that he wants to become the next Bukayo Saka or the next Emile Smith-Rowe, from playing in the under-18s, being in the Arsenal setup throughout the academy, through all the way to the under-23s and making it into the first team. That's something that is through Miguel Azeez's mind, but certain players have made it onto different loan moves, such as certain players who have made it from loan move to loan move and then turned out to play for this football club as well. So Azeez could make that move to Portsmouth, really get some first team experience at a very strong team in Portsmouth, some team that was fallen down since it's been in the Premier League, but it's still a great competition, great big club to really have a lot of pressure and really get that team back into the Championship, into the second tier of football. And this will be a really good experience for Miguel Azeez to really understand the roughness and the determination from the other players, and he can come into this Arsenal setup with a little bit more experience and much more character. So this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that Manchester United make Yves Bissouma transfer inquiry to provide Arsenal and Liverpool competition. So the reports are stating that Manchester United have an interest in Yves Bissouma, according to reports. Manchester United have reportedly inquired over the possibility of signing Brighton midfielder Yves Bissouma. Arsenal and Liverpool have also registered their interest in the 24-year-old. Yves Bissouma adds to a long list of midfielders Manchester United have been linked with ahead of the close of the summer transfer window. Eduardo Camavinga, Aurelien Tchouameni and Saul Niguez have all been reported as targets for the Red Devils. However, it is understood that Saul won't be joining Manchester United and Chelsea is a much more likely destination. Manchester United have already spent £114 million this summer on Jadon Sancho and Rafael Varane, but rumours suggest Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not completely satisfied with the squad yet. Speaking on the Transfer Window podcast, Duncan Castle says United now have an interest in Yves Bissouma. They have joined Arsenal and Liverpool in asking about the price of the midfielder. Duncan Castle said, along with those players we mentioned as options for Manchester United's midfield, Yves Bissouma is also being looked at by them. They know Yves Bissouma has 2 years left on contract at Brighton and is keen to move to a higher status club, keen to play European football. My information is that there are inquiries from Liverpool, United and Arsenal as to how much it would cost to sign him. However, Brighton are not in a position where they need to sell and are hoping to extend Yves Bissouma's contract. Duncan Castles added, I think with Bissouma it was becoming a bit more complicated for the clubs bidding for him because Brighton are cash rich at the moment after the sale of Ben White, and they do not need to take the money in order to reinvest in the areas which they are targeting, which are centre forward and left back. I understand they've opened discussions with Yves Bissouma about improving his salary and extending his contract with the idea of retaining him for at least one more season. Speaking recently, United boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said he wasn't expecting much business before next Tuesday's deadline. I don't think there's going to be much happening, the Norwegian said, but if something happens it is a bonus, of course. But on the other hand, Miguel Azeez said that there is still business to happen for the Gunners, as there are 16 or 17 deals that have occurred when I was manager, and there are still more to happen with some exits, and that is something which could result in Yves Bissouma becoming an Arsenal player. So it looks like Manchester United make Yves Bissouma transfer inquiry to provide Arsenal and Liverpool with competition. And when it comes to Yves Bissouma, we can see his preferred destination is to play for Arsenal. He's a massive Arsenal fan and he's dying to play for this football club. But when it comes to Miguel Azeez, he needs to find a new midfielder, because if the likes of Miguel Azeez and Lucas Torreira have been moving, and look, with one confirmed to move to Fiorentina on loan and the other looking likely to move to Portsmouth, and with Mohamed El-Neni's future uncertain at the football club, and with just Granit Xhaka, Samuel Lokonga and Thomas Partey, the only three midfielders that have a long-term future at this football club, Yves Bissouma will be a great addition for Miguel Azeez to really add some steel to this football club, because we clearly saw in the game versus Chelsea, in the game versus Brentford, that we need some strong players in that midfield, and Yves Bissouma will be that great addition a lot of Arsenal fans want at this football club. But will Miguel Azeez stick to his word and make a few more signings, which includes Yves Bissouma? So we will have to wait and see how Arsenal will use the summer transfer window in the end. Make sure you check out the FA Cup post. There is a special link I've put below in the description, and smash that like button to see if you can reach 30 likes. Also subscribe for more daily videos and share the video with your Arsenal friends and family. Click one of the latest videos on the screen and I'll see you there.